Soundstripe.
Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to My Spouse is My Best Friend. I'm your co-host, Nicole.
I'm Dr. Jason Reed.
And today we want to talk about a sensitive subject, and that is unmet needs or mixed match sex drives. Yeah, I knew we were not going to get through this without a pet or a rub or a feel, so bear with us. What? You just threw me off.
I see.
Okay, so mixed match sex drives, unmet needs. What does that mean? And so most couples, if you've been married long enough, you will experience it, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Every couple goes through it. Each couple has a different sex drives at some point in the marriage. So sometimes she want it, sometimes he don't. Sometimes he want it, sometimes she don't. And sometimes you feel like your marriage is sitting in a drift. You're just kind of existing in the same household. You still love each other, but with busy schedules and a lot of things going on, you just kind of coexisting in the household.
Yeah, we know when you were dating, and when you were when you were dating, or when you first got married, or you're on your honeymoon, y'all were doing it like rabbits. And the expectation shouldn't be for it to last for the whole marriage, because it's not going to happen. You get older, you have kids, you get jobs, you have more demanding jobs, and you're tired at the end of the night. So why are some can't talk today?
Yeah, 3 times that.
Why do mismatches happen?
Yeah, so a lot of times it's stress, right? So we go to work, we come home, we have kids, we're exhausted. For us ladies, it's our hormones. We're going through perimenopause or menopause. So there's several different factors that's going on in our brains that sometimes we are just exhausted, and at the end of the day, we just want to shut it down.
And sometimes it is emotional disconnect. It affects the physical desire.
Right.
Y'all, I've gotten to that place to where, like you said earlier, you're just kind of partners in life, right? And you start drifting away emotionally and physically, and then life just happens. And so you just kind of disconnect. It could be past hurts or pressures. Maybe one of y'all did something in your marriage, or y'all are resenting, or you're in an argument, or whatever it may be.
Right.
And it's kind of, you have to be emotionally attached, right, to have that physical connection. So how do we, what do we do?
Yeah, number one, don't take it personal. So, if you're tapping your wife on the shoulder and she's saying, "Not tonight, babe, because I got a headache," don't take it personally, even though you want to. You feel like you are being rejected. But again, it's a mental, especially for females, it's a mental state. So, fellas, if you're noticing there's a trend there, you need to get into her mind.
Yeah, and sometimes it's physical attraction. Let's be real, y'all. You just like when you you eat a plate of food, you eat with your eyes, right? And it's kind of the same thing, and it's understandable when you go throughout your marriage that, bodies change, right? Because let's just put it out there, bodies change. And physical attraction change. And that's part of connecting. And you might have to have that conversation with your spouse and say, "Hey, babe, I love you or whatnot, but hey, let's get out there and do some running. Or let's go do some walking. Or let's get into physical shape." Because let me tell you, fellas, when I was in my 20s and 30s and being in my 40s, let's just put it's not the sex drive that changed. It's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
You can't perform as long and as you used to.
Oh, I got you.
So staying in shape is very pertinent for your stamina.
Right,
thank God you work out twice a day.
Wait, but you have to have that stamina. You have to have that drive, and staying in shape is part of that, fellas.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And another thing is, don't keep score. So, sometimes you have a calendar to determine when you do it, and that's okay. But don't use that calendar as a weapon, right? And so we ain't did it in the last 5 days, or I initiated in the last 3 days, and you initiated 2 weeks from from last week. And so don't keep score. Just remember it let it happen naturally.
Yeah, I'm about to put your business out there.
Uh-oh.
And sometimes it's the fact that maybe your spouse doesn't feel attractive.
Oh.
We went through the same thing to where, I was like, hey, dude, been a week, what's going on? And she was like, I just don't feel physically attractive. So it wasn't me, fellas. It was the fact that she wasn't feeling sexy. She wasn't feeling physically attractive. And part of that was on me as well, because I wasn't touching her. I wasn't touching her booty. I went all over. Like it was all in the head. And now, yes, I was feeling still physically attracted to my wife, but I wasn't conveying that. So in her head, she didn't feel like she was physically attractive, so she was shying away. And I had to have that conversation. And you do have to have those uncomfortable conversations sometimes to figure out what's going on. Right?
Right.
All right.
The next thing is using sex as a leverage, ladies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, if I don't get this, then you don't get that. So let's not use sex as a bargaining tool. Let's use being sexy as a bargaining tool, but not use sex.
Yeah. And we've talked about this in other sessions as well, that, you got to feed the meter, fellas. Feed the meter. I mean, you have to. I mean, it's a building up thing for my wife, and most spouses as well. I mean, knowing that I want her, so I mean, feeling her on her booty every once in a while, or grabbing her somewhere every once in a while, or giving her a kiss on the neck, or head, humping her. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, go out through the day. I mean, rev it up. I mean, do something to if you're trying to get that.
Especially if physical touch is her love language. If that's her love language, then you definitely don't want to forget that. And so, again, that's some of the common mistakes, as well as the biggest one is avoiding the conversation completely.
So y'all both sitting there in bed upset, wondering why y'all not doing it. And you're just you're literally just sitting there in bed,
scrolling.
You're horny, she's horny, but y'all both, who's going to initiate first? You're not talking about it. It's been a week and a half and no one's doing anything. I mean, let's get real, people. I mean, sometimes you just got to ask for what you want, right? And if you're just sitting there avoiding the conversation, and even if it's a mismatch, right? So she's not really doing wanting it, and you're wanting it. But if you're not having a conversation about it, you'll never know. Just like I would have never known if I was like, hey, babe, what's going on? It's been some time. And about the, she's like, I just don't feel physically attracted. We had to work through that. We had to talk about it. And there's been other things too, but I'm just using that example. But it was communication around that, not being afraid to talk about it. And even in the talking about why it's not happening, I mean, talk about, hey, during, what did you like? I mean, because if you don't know what your spouse likes, because that changes as well. If you're not being, satisfying, I'll put it that way, in the bedroom, and how do you know, if you don't ask?
Yeah.
Hey, babe, you like it like that? You like it from this position? Is something changed? So, go ahead.
Okay.
I keep on going.
But again, those conversations have outside the bedroom, because you want both you and your spouse to feel comfortable. And so the healthy ways to navigate the differences is, as we talked about, communication, and have those communications. I remember we mentored couples that were afraid to talk about different positions. Was afraid to talk about different, I wish we could use this toy. I wish we could do this position. And it was a complete surprise to the spouse. It's like, why haven't you ever talked to me about it? Because they never communicated about it. And then about size. So some people feel like because they're a certain weight, or their body built certain different, that their partners would not respond to a different position. But did you ask them? So again, keep that communication open, and then focus, as my husband said, on intimacy first. And so when she wakes up in the morning, get into that mind. When he wakes up in the morning, send him a little love note. Use or leverage their love language.
And talk about, I mean, to get back started, if you're in that space to where y'all are kind of, it's been a month or been 2 weeks or whatnot, you're like, what's going on? first have the conversation, maybe start asking questions about, hey, what's going on? But to get back to where you're at, you may need to talk about the frequency and meaning. Hey, babe, I expect it like 2 or 3 times a week, because that makes us feel closer. How about you? I mean, have those conversations. So you might have to have a frequency and meaning. You might have, and it might feel kind of cold at first, but to get started back up, you have to start somewhere. So I mean, say, hey, this Friday, schedule it. You got to.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are things you have to do to get back on board.
Right.
And I mean, there's an app for everything, y'all. I've looked them up. I mean, there's an app you can download. You can put, hey, we had sex on this day. We had sex on this day. We used this toy. She orgasmed, or he didn't orgasm, or she initiated. I mean, there's apps for everything. So if you have to do that, hey, but it gets you back in the moment.
Yeah. So again, we've talked about unmet needs, emotionally, physically, sexually. We talked about
rev it up.
Yeah. We talked about common mistakes couples make, and then we talked about healthy ways to navigate through those. So we hope that this conversation didn't make you feel uncomfortable, but we hope
if it did, that means you need to listen to it in the first place. Yes. Yeah. You might be in that month range.
And then replay it. If your spouse is not with you, hey, baby, come in here. Let's listen to what Dr. Green and Nicole has to say.
Yeah. And remember, compromise with compassion and not resentment, right? Yeah. It's a sensitive subject, y'all. We know. We make light of it and whatnot, but we know that this is one of the things that a lot of people shy away from talking about. And being open, honest, and having communication, and really just understanding where each other are in that area really helps, and not resenting each other, like we said earlier, not pulling back, not saying, well, girl, you got it. Your thighs are bigger than they used to be. Well, I mean, your tongue. No, we're not having. We're trying to get back into what brought us together in the first place.
Yes. And so, again, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow and share. And then again, we challenge you to sit down with your spouse to have that conversation and just to think about what exactly does intimacy mean to you
right now.
We don't want to hear it, so don't post it. Don't talk to your spouse. This is a homework assignment for you and your spouse. So.
Remember, intimacy starts here, and then you get in the physical. Then you be all over your wife. So bye, y'all.
Oh, you don't want to see all of that.
Soundstripe.